Welcome to tonight's All-Stars Racing F1 League race at Bahrain. Race number 2 on the season number 3 here in the All-Stars Racing F1 League. And it looks like we're going to have an 8-car field for tonight's big race. Bahrain is one of the only, I'm not sure if it is the only, I know it's one of the only night races on the F1 schedule. But Bahrain is a very unique track. Usually produces some pretty good racing, and like I said, one of the very few night tracks that Formula One runs at night. We're gonna go through some past All-Stars Racing F1 League stats here at Bahrain. Past winners here: Kevin won Season 1 here, and Season 2 was won by ZX, who is not racing tonight. But this track, one of the few tracks that the two-time defending All-Stars Racing F1 League champion Oblivion, or Cypher Knight, has not won at, so very interesting. Can he get the job done tonight? And so last race was 2 weeks ago at Australia. Abijak took home the win after a crazy final lap, and that saw one slick mofo, Jack, blow a tire, and Abba passing him on the final lap. Jack dominated that race. I think he led just about every lap, and then Abba passed him at the end. But Australia was a great race and a great start to the season, so hopefully we can have an even better race tonight at Bahrain. See if I can. There. We'll go around for a lap here to show you the track of Bahrain. Bahrain has always been a fun track to race at for me, except I overdrove that first corner. That's okay. I don't know why I'm going fast. But yeah, this is a very unique track as we go down the long straightaway here. Down into the turn. Yeah, this part of the track can be very tricky. A lot of turns here. You can definitely overdrive the corners. They are easy to overdrive here. And if you carry too much speed in there, you can easily make a mistake. And I'll slow down here to make sure I don't take someone's starting position. Yeah, it's a very unique track. I enjoy racing here. I think it's awesome that this is a nighttime race, and one of the only night races that they run in F1. And it looks like Cypher Knight is going to be on the pole here as the clock runs out here in qualifying. Qualifying is complete. We'll show you the results here once we get them. As I qualified last, obviously. Here, get this. So there is your starting lineup for tonight's race. I'll send that to Kevin after the race. Starting lineup, it'll be, looks like Cypher Knight on the pole, Abba second, Dalton third, Kevin fourth, Race Freak fifth, Harris sixth, and I didn't get it from there. But the point standings coming into tonight's race, We'll go through them really quickly before we start here. ABBA is currently the points leader after his win last week at Australia. Second in points is Jack. Jack is not here tonight, so that's a big opportunity for everyone to gain some points on him. Cypher Knight, the two-time defending champion, is third in points, 5 back behind ABBA. Fourth is Kevin, 7 points back. Fifth is Weston. Weston also not here tonight. He's 8 points back. Weston and Jack will both be getting 1 point tonight, I think, since they won't be here. Sixth in points is Dalton Ball for life. He is 9 back. Sorry, Shannon.
So put some energy into them on the tires as well, please.
I don't know what happened there. I'm still getting used to all of this, so. Anyway. Seventh in points is Daltout Killer. He is 10 back. Eighth is Harris, 11 back. Ninth in points is Shannon, 12 back. And 10th is Race Freak, 13 back. Harris, Shannon, Race Freak, all looking to rebound from disappointing races at Australia. And the constructors' points coming into tonight is Toro Rosso, first with 8. Second, Red Bull, 1 behind them. Third is Ferrari, 2 back. Fourth, Mercedes, 3 back. And fifth is Manor, 4 back. So that's what your standings look like coming into tonight's race as we wait for the rest of the field to complete the formation lap here. And we'll get the Bahrain Grand Prix underway. We'll actually have a Haas car running in the race tonight. Dark Hunter making his first start of the season, so as my teammate at Team Haas, best of luck to him and the rest of the drivers competing tonight in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Should be a great race. As now the rest of the field will come back up. There's the pole sitter, Cypher Knight. And the field gets lined up and we'll get ready to go. As lights will go. And the green flag is out. The Bahrain Grand Prix is underway. And I'll have to wait here until the field gets through the first turn. Alright, I'll just retire. What the fuck? Oh, never mind. Thought I caused a safety car, but here we are. We'll check in on the racing up front. Here we go. As Cypher Knight has the early lead over ABBA, Race Freak, and Kevin, those three battling for second. Ride with Race Freak, see what he sees. As the top 4 seem pretty close right now, as long as a close battle looks like back for 5th, 6th, and 7th. As here comes Kevin, looking to the inside of Race Freak to take the 3rd position. Now let's see if Kevin can outbrake Race Freak going into this corner. Kevin overdrove that corner, trying to outbrake, not really outbrake, but try and get past Race Freak, but he overdrove it, so Kevin will have to settle back into the 4th position behind Race Freak. It's right on board with Kevin. And Kevin is now trying to make another run at Race Freak here. Kevin looks like he is faster than Race Freak. Trying to make a pass. Here he goes. Can he outbrake him into this corner? And, ooh, a little bit of contact there, but Kevin makes the pass on Race Freak to move into the 3rd position. Now let's go back here. Battle for 5th and 6th and 7th. Looks like Shannon just got by Harris for the 5th position. And now Dalton Ball for Life now trying to get past his man or teammate of Harris for the 6th spot. Pretty good racing here early on in Bahrain, and it looks like, oh, something happened to Dark Hunter. He is out. Not sure what happened there. And it looks like Race Freak has gotten back around Kevin now for 3rd. And now Shannon coming into the picture. It's Race Freak trying to gain a little bit of a gap on Kevin. Shannon closing in from the 5th position. Ride with Shannon here as he looks to work his way through the field. Looks like Shannon is he going to get DRS here. He's going to try and get a run on Kevin here down the front and get him going into turn 1. Outbrake him here. And he will do so. So moves Shannon up to the 4th position in the Toro Rosso. He'll now set his sights on Race Freak to move up into a podium spot. Kevin is not done yet. Kevin still trying to find a way back by Shannon. Got a run here. Not quite. Looks like Shannon will now settle in the 4th position for the time being. Let's check back up front and see what's going on up there. Looks like Cypher Knight has a decent sized lead over ABBA. Let's see, it is about a second. 1 second exactly, just about, is the difference between the leader Cypher Knight and 2nd place ABBA Jack, who won last week, or 2 weeks ago at Australia in the season opener. It's right on board with ABBA here. This race 29 laps, just like at Australia. So, will strategy come into play possibly this week like last week? Let's go back to the battle for 3rd. Looks like 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Still tight between Kevin, Race Freak, and Shannon. Shannon with a good corner there. Closes up a little bit on Race Freak. Ooh, Shannon overdrives that corner just a little bit. And oh, Race Freak, I don't know if Race Freak just let Shannon go here or what, but it looked like he just let him go. Or he hopped the curb or something, but nonetheless, Shannon moves into 3rd and Kevin moves into 4th, so Race Freak dropping a couple positions here in the early going. Let's go back. Race Freak trying to get back by Kevin here. Still a very tight race here between these 3 cars. It's the best racing on the track. Race Freak on the bumper of Kevin. And they're not letting Shannon get too far away either. This is awesome race. I thought Race Freak might try to dive to the inside of Kevin there, but he stays patient behind him. ride along here with Race Freak. Looks like Kevin and Shannon now starting to pull away from Race Freak. So let's ride on board with Kevin as he chases Shannon for the third spot. Looks like Shannon putting a little bit of distance on Kevin now. Now looks like things are now starting to settle in. Let's go back up front and see what's going up there. Cypher Knight is in the pits. The leader is in pit road. Very interesting here early on. He's going to put the... He had reds. Looks like he's putting on the... Put the whites on. Yeah. Oh, the yellows. He put the yellows on. I can't tell. I'm colorblind. Yeah, very interesting. He put the yellows on, but a very interesting move here early on. Cypher Knight, the leader, coming in pit road early. Looks like these guys may be setting up for a two-stop strategy. Very interesting move. I did not expect anybody to come to pit road this early on, but I assume there's some kind of strategy behind it. We'll have to check in on it later on. But Cypher Knight pitting from the lead, and he is now in the 5th spot. Let's see what the next interval is. When we get it. Looks like he's about 20-21 seconds behind the leader, who is now Abba-Jack. Abba has taken the lead by virtue of Knight pitting. Looks like Abba is going to stay out there for the time being. Abba won the race last week with a one-stop strategy. He worked it to perfection. Will he possibly try a one-stop strategy again this week? It is risky doing a one-stop strategy, as we saw last week when Jack blew a tire on the final lap. So it'll be interesting to see how the strategy plays out, but it looks like for sure that the Ferrari of Cypher Knight will be on a two-stop strategy the rest of the way. One more stop, two-stop strategy for the race, excuse me. It looks like Abba has about an 8-second lead on his Toro Rosso teammate of Shannon. It looks like Kevin came to pit road as well. Oh no, Kevin didn't come to pit road. What am I? Oh, yeah, he did. Because Cypher Knight has now moved into 3rd now, despite pitting. So yeah, the top two are still yet to pit. Abba and Shannon, the Toro Rosso teammates. But just about everyone else has come to pit road. I'm not sure about Harris. Harris is in the 5th spot. He's back here holding off, trying to hold off Race Freak and his teammate Dalton Wall for Life not far behind. And it looks like he'll just let Race Freak go here. I think Harris is yet to pit as well. Ooh, Harris hit the wall there. And it looks like, ooh, another close call there with his teammate Dalton. Nice save by both of them. But as Dalton passes his teammate Harris. And it looks like Abba has come to pit road as well. Looks like he's just coming out. Abba coming to pit road. Looks like, yeah, I don't think anybody's going to be trying a one-stop strategy here tonight, it appears. As Shannon has now inherited the race lead. He is the only car still yet to pit, I believe. Not sure if Harris is pitted or not, but I know for sure Shannon is not. Let's ride on board with our leader here. Shannon's still staying at another lap. He's still yet to come to pit road. Cypher Knight is closing the gap on Shannon though, as he is now only 5 seconds from retaking the race lead. Abba in the third position. He's 10 seconds behind Shannon, about 5 or 6 behind Knight. Kevin in the fourth spot. In fifth is Race Freak. Sixth is Dalton Volf for Life, and in seventh, not far behind him, is his teammate Harris Plex. Dark Hunter retired from the race early. Not sure what happened to him, but he will finish 8th in his first race of the season. Let's go back up front, and Shannon is in the pits. Shannon coming in here on lap 9 for his first stop of the race. That'll take out any questions of anybody going with a one-stop strategy here. I think tires must be playing a big role in this race, because it seems like everybody wants him. And we definitely did see Cypher Knight, who has now re-inherited the lead. When he came out, he was 20 seconds off the lead. He cut that down to about 5, or less than that, right on Shannon, right before he pitted. So tires seem like they are making a big difference here so far. So it looks like everybody, as we're working lap 10 of 29, everybody will have to pit at least one more time before this race is over. Cypher Knight looks like he has about 5.5 second lead, 5.6 over Abijak. Let's see what the interval is at the line here. As it is, yep, about 5.5 seconds is the difference between Cypher Knight and Abijak. Kevin is about 16 seconds behind Knight. In third, he's holding on to a podium spot as of now. Shannon is about 4 seconds behind Kevin in fourth. Race Freak 4 seconds behind Shannon in 5th. Dalton is about 7 seconds off of Race Freak. And Harris about 4 seconds off of his teammate Dalton. Everyone now all spread out, it seems like, as we are on lap 11 of 29 now. Let's ride along with our leader, Cypher Knight. Ooh, a little bit of a wiggle there, but he held on to it. It isn't a cakewalk, even if you do have a 5-second lead on this game. Abba hasn't really gained anything on Cypher Knight. The gap's still steady, staying about 5.5, 5.6 seconds. So, not much difference there. Now 5.7 now. Kevin's still about the same distance back, so is Shannon and Race Freak. Well, it seems like everybody really is pretty even right now, or at least the top 4 or 5 cars are, it seems like. As everyone is probably within just a couple tenths of each other, as the intervals haven't really changed a whole lot since pit stops. Cypher Knight continues to lead here. So this time by, we'll have 17 laps to go here in the Bahrain Grand Prix, as we're nearing the halfway point. Cypher Knight slowly increasing his lead on Abba-Jack. It's now 5.8 seconds. Kevin still hanging steady in 3rd. Shannon's still 4th. Race Freak still holding in 5th. Harris has actually passed Dalton Fall for Life, his teammate, for the 6th position, as Dalton is in the pits. That's why he passed him. Dalton in and out quickly, putting on another set of tires. Guess he figured he's near the rear of the field, might as well try something. So Dalton is the first one to come in here on the 2nd cycle of stops. Let's see if anybody will follow him in. Our leader, Cypher Knight, was the first car to come to pit road. I think it was on lap 6, I want to say. 5 or 6, I'm pretty sure it was lap 6. Who will be the next to come to pit road? I'm not sure if Dalton will be able to go the distance from here on that stop. May have to make one more stop. Maybe he's going with a 3-stop strategy, I'm not sure. But it would be ideal that most everybody will likely be sticking with a 2-stop strategy, so they'll have to pit one more time before the race is over. As Cypher Knight is still increasing his lead over Abba, it's now 6.3 seconds. Kevin's still in 3rd, 18 seconds back. 4th is Shannon, 23 seconds back. Race Freak losing a little bit of time. He's fifth, 32 seconds back. Harris is sixth, 41 back. And Dalton is seventh, nearly a minute behind the leader. Pretty good runs for a couple guys like Shannon and Race Freak. They're currently running in the top 5 after having DNFs last week at Australia. So good rebounds for them if they can hang on and finish there. Ooh, Cypher Knight with a little wiggle there again, but he holds on to it. It's now 7.7 seconds now is the difference. I don't know about you guys, but I'd like to see some kind of side-by-side racing. Hopefully we'll get to see some more before this race is over. Yeah, if this was NASCAR, it would be an ideal time for a debris caution, I'd say. We'll ride along with a variety of drivers here. Let's ride along with second place Abijah. But trying to gain a little bit of time on the leader. Now let's ride with third place car of Kevin. We will ride along with fourth place, Shannon. Looks like Shannon gaining a little bit of time on Kevin as he tries to run him down and put himself in position for a potential podium. As we have just passed the halfway point in this race. We're on lap 16 of 29, 14 laps to go. And we may have had somebody come into pit road. Yeah, Cypher Knight, the leader. Looks like he came into the pits. Yes, he indeed did, it looks like. Things you miss when you're not paying attention. I should have been more prepared for this broadcast. That is cool. Looks like we're going to see maybe a little bit of side-by-side action here. Cypher Knight on fresh tires, looking to take second position back from Kevin. He'll easily do so. Cypher Knight move him into the second position as Kevin now moves back into third. And Shannon looks like is slowly continuing to gain a little bit on Kevin. See what the difference is between them. It's about 3 seconds. It was 4, I think, earlier. So Shannon gaining time on Kevin. You see Shannon in the background there, slowly but surely trying to work his way into a podium spot. And it looks like Kevin is going to come to pit road here. Kevin pitting from the third position. Here he comes to the attention of his crew. And he's in and out quickly. These guys should be able to go the rest of the distance. These guys that are making their final stops, they'll more than likely be their final stops and they can go to the end. Crap, lost my thought there. Cypher Knight, after making his last pit stop, trying to gain the lead back on ABBA. ABBA still staying out there another lap. As this time, we now have 10 laps to go in the Grand Prix of Bahrain. Right along with our leader ABBA as we await for him to make his final pit stop of the race. Abba now in the pits for his final stop of the race, more than likely. Let's see, he comes to his attention of his crew. Shannon has now moved into the second position. He's taken that spot away from Abba. Not sure if Shannon is pitted yet or not. And Harris has retired from the session. It looks like Harris will likely finish 6th here tonight. Looks like Harris struggled a little bit out there, just like he did last week. He'll finish 7th here tonight with a 2nd straight DNF. As Abba now looking to gain on Shannon. Take the 2nd spot away. And he'll easily do so, move Abba back into the 2nd spot, passing his Toro Rosso teammate of Shannon. Abba 12.5 seconds behind Cypher Knight. I think it's going to be hard to catch Knight unless somehow something happens and Knight has a problem. And Shannon is coming to pit road. I guess Shannon had not pitted yet, but he is now in the pits. I guess I should have been paying attention to that, but all kind of distractions around here cause me not to be, but I should be paying attention to my broadcasting. So, Shannon in and out quickly. And he'll come back on more than likely in the 4th position. Looks like everyone is, all the stops have cycled through, so we'll go through the field. Cypher Knight's still leading, as he has dominated this race from the pole. Abba-Jack now 2nd. Looks like he's gained a little bit of time. 11.4 is now the gap between him and Cypher Knight. 3rd is Kevin. He's 23 seconds back. Shannon now 4:34 back. He's about 11 or 12 seconds behind Kevin. And race rate about the same distance behind Shannon. About the same distance separates 2nd through 5th, about 11 or 12 seconds between all of them. And Dalton Ball for life. Rounding out the field in 6th out of the cars still on track. Cars that have retired. Harris Plex will finish 7th after he retired. He's now officially left the session. And Dark Hunter will finish 8th in his debut on the season. Didn't last very long though. I'm not sure what happened, but within the first lap or two, Dark Hunter retired. See if Abba has gained any more on Cypher Knight. It looks like he has actually. 9.6 is now the gap between 1st and 2nd. It was 3 seconds just about a lap or so ago. So I don't know. We don't know how hard Cypher Knight is running, but nonetheless, Abba has gained a little bit of time on him. We did see something similar to this last week at Australia. Jack had a huge lead over Abba. Abba closed a little bit on him in these waning laps, and then when Jack blew the tire on the final lap, all that time that Abba gained, it set him up to be able to pass Jack on the final lap to win. And Abba now still gaining. It's now 8.7 is now the gap, as we'll continuously watch this. see what the gap is here at the line. It's now 8.5 seconds exactly, so ABBA continuing to close the gap on Cypher Knight. But there is only 6 laps to go, so ABBA will have to continue to try and do what he's doing, if not gain even more, if he wants a chance to run down Cypher Knight before this race is over. But then again, this is F1, and anything can happen like we saw last week. Kevin still holding steady in the 3rd spot. 4th, Shannon still. No change in the rest of the running order, as it looks like the rest of the field should likely finish where they're at, unless something drastic happens. ABBA has gained just a little bit on Knight. It's now 8.46 is the gap. We'll see what the interval is at the next. And ABBA's still cutting a little bit off. It's now just over 8. Up 2 with 5 laps to go. So ABBA gained about a second, a little over a second that lap. He's going to have to gain a little more than that, though, if he wants to run down Cypher Knight. Well, let's ride with our leader here, see if maybe Knight is being a little conservative, or let's see. Looks like Knight's still running at a regular pace. Maybe he's being just a little conservative here, trying to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes. ABBA's cut the deficit to 7.5 now between him and Cypher Knight. Not a whole lot of gain there at that last interval, as we now only have 4 laps to go in the Grand Prix of Bahrain. We'll go through the field once again. Evan's still holding in 3rd, Shannon 4th, not much change there. Dalton has moved into the 5th position. I don't know if Race Freak may have pitted, or if I'm not sure what happened there, but this is the closest battle we have on the track now. Let's see if Race Freak can run down Dalton to get a top 5, try and get his first of the year and rebound from a tough race last week at Australia. Him and Shannon have both rebounded nicely with decent races tonight, so that should help both of them out in the point standings. Check back in up front, though, as we now have 3 laps to go in the Grand Prix of Bahrain. Let's check the gap now between the top 2. It is now 7.2 is the gap. So, barring a blown tire from Oblivion or something else drastically happening, looks like Cypher Knight has this race in hand, and ABBA will finish 2nd. Then again, it ain't over till it's over. Not much change throughout the rest of the field as Race Freak is on Dalton's bumper, trying to move into the 5th position, and he will do so, it looks like. So move Race Freak back into the 5th position ahead of Dalton Ball for Life. Cypher Knight continuing to lead here as we are about, as this time by, we will have 2 laps to go in the Bahrain Grand Prix here for the All-Stars Racing F1 League. Let's check the gap now, as it is now 7.6, so ABBA actually lost time that lap, so it's not looking very likely, but good effort by ABBA, and he did gain some time on Cypher Knight. Cut the deficit just about in half. It was about 12.5 seconds when they cycled through pit stops. Now it's down to 7, so good effort by ABBA to bring the gap down, but it's just going to be too little too late, it looks like. Cypher Knight working his way through the turns. Nice and smooth laps being made here by Cypher Knight. And here he comes, this time by, the white flag will be in the air. Final lap here in the Bahrain Grand Prix for the All-Stars Racing F1 League. Let's check the gap now. And it looks like ABBA has fallen off. Looks like he's maybe just trying to make sure he makes it to the end, as it's now 9.8 is the distance. Cypher Knight, the 2-time defending All-Stars Racing F1 League champion. This was one of the few tracks that he had not won at coming into tonight on the All-Stars Racing F1 League Tour. One of the few races he hadn't won. It looks like he's about a half a lap away or so from checking this one off the list. I couldn't believe it when I saw the track winners at this track and his name was not on there. Looks like, barring disaster, he's gonna get it done. So he works his way through. He started on the pole and he's dominated, led almost every lap just about since. Here he comes off the final corner, and he'll do the weaving here. Checkered flag in the air, and Cypher Knight is going to win the Bahrain Grand Prix. Here for the All-Stars Racing F1 League is ABBA. Oh, ABBA has blown a tire. Yeah, ABBA just trying to conserve to make it to the end, and he's going to get passed by Kevin for second, it looks like. Here he comes off the final corner. It looks like Kevin is going to finish second, as ABBA continuing to coast to the line. It looks like he will be able to hold on for third, but ABBA blew his tire on the final lap. How ironic, ABBA wins last week by someone else blowing a tire. This week, he wins it, or excuse me, he blows a tire himself. But he still will get a podium off it. Kevin moves up to second by virtue of it. It looks like Shannon pitted. So he's going to finish fourth. Shannon, good rebound from last week after a disappointing DNF, but he'll finish fourth. So fireworks continue to go off here in Bahrain. Race Freak, another guy who had a tough race last week. Looks like he's going to get a top 5 off the final corner. Race Freak is going to finish 5th. In the Ferrari. And the final car, Dalton Vault for life. Looks like Dalton blew a tire as well, and he'll finish 6th. So there's your results for tonight's race. Cypher Knight brings home the win. Kevin Likes Cake finishes 2nd. 3rd goes to Plex, and 8th goes to Dark Hunter with a DNF. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Bahrain Grand Prix here at Bahrain International Circuit. We'll be back next Tuesday night for the Malaysian Grand Prix, the Grand Prix of Malaysia for the All-Stars Racing F1 League. Not sure who the points leader is going to be. It may be Cypher Knight after his big win. It's going to be close between him and Abadjack as to who the points leader is, but we'll check that out later on. We'll let you guys know next week. Thank you guys for tuning in, and congrats to our winner, Cypher Knight, and we'll see you guys next week.